What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion on March of the Living. Keep in mind, my Moo series videos are mainly just kind of first impressions. They aren't in-depth, hardcore reviews. They're more along the lines of me trying the game out for a couple hours, getting a feel for it, and letting you guys know whether I think it's worth your money or not. Now, this game comes out tomorrow as of recording this video, so probably today if you're seeing it. I believe the price point, according to the developer, is $14.99 with a 10% launch discount. So if you pick it up in the next, well, I don't know, however long that launch discount lasts, you can get it a little bit cheaper. I will say, looking at this screen right here and looking at some of the stuff that I saw online, I was extremely unimpressed by the graphics, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. And then I actually got into the game, and it was like, oh wow, okay. That's completely not what I expected. So this is one of those games that you don't want to judge by its cover, because there are a lot of games that come out that look similar to this graphically, and a lot of them are bad. This is one of the gems. This is one of the diamonds in the rough. This is one of those games that if you look at the graphics, you're going to be like, ugh, and then you get into the game and you actually play it, and it's going to completely change your mind. This game is very similar to FTL in style, with some twists. So not only that, it's long. It is very, very long. You will have a hard time playing. It is a roguelike, so you know things change. There's random events and encounters and such along those lines, and you will have a hard time probably playing it in one sitting. So I spent about an hour playing it before doing this Moo, maybe an hour and a half, and I could only get about 30% of the way through the game. So let's go ahead and get into a new game. We're going to start one up right here, and we're going to see what happens. So, yep, I'm fine with that. All right, so eventually you'll have multiple characters that you can unlock. All of these characters, I believe you have to get to a certain point in the game to unlock them. The basic dude starts off with a revolver, a hammer, a flashlight. He is awesome with pistols, and he's okay at shotguns and rifles. I don't know if these guys skill up. I believe they do, but I'm not entirely sure. So we start with 20 bullets. I don't know if that also counts the 6 that are inside of here. We'll find out here in a second. 10 hit points, no shotguns or rifle bullets, and 5 food rations. All right, let's get started. I do have music turned off on this just because it's my standard. The music sounded okay before I muted it. It's just I never know which indie developers have unique scores that I can use and which ones have stuff that I can't. So we're just going to assume pretty much all of them I can't. All right, for the past couple of weeks, you've been barricaded up in your home trying to get a hold of your ex-wife, Chloe, over the phone. No one on the other end has ever picked up, though, and this has made you worried for both her and your son, Tom, over whom she has custody. Even though you and Chloe may not have parted on the best of terms 2 years ago, you still care about them and want to be sure they're both safe in this post-apocalyptic nightmare. Storing as many supplies as you can realistically carry in your old car, you drive over the state border towards their home. Soon enough, your vehicle runs out of fuel and grinds to a halt. Just before you ditch it, though, you hear an interesting broadcast over the radio. Survivors in the secured city of Wellston, far to the east, claim to have a ship, which they plan to use to find sanctuary offshore. If you can find Chloe and Tom, maybe you can take them there. Start your journey on foot. All right, so first off, before we get started, you'll notice in the top left-hand corner, you have your character's face, your health, your hunger, and your fatigue. All of that kind of plays a part in the game. Fatigue, I believe, affects your fighting styles and all of that stuff. And you can basically see what happens as you get fatigued. So it does look like our old revolver has 6 bullets in it, and we have an additional 20 here. Managing the group, you can have up to 6 people. You'll meet these people along the way. Maybe you won't. It just kind of depends. You can see what your character is good at here. You can see what you have in your inventory. Your inventory is a group inventory, and I'm not sure if more people adds more inventory space. I did add another dude to my party earlier, and I don't recall my inventory space increasing, but I may be wrong about that. You can pause with the space bar, just like you could in FTL. You will need that. You can select your dude. You can tell him to move wherever you want, and he will move. You can pause it. You can take actions. You can queue up. If you have multiple people, you have one dude do this, one dude do that, and then queue it and set it up. Let's look at the map. Wow, right? This is big. This is big, and I believe the map randomizes every time, because last time I didn't have to go all the way up here, I don't believe. You'll notice that there are 3 different zones, very similar to FTL's zones, but unsimilar to FTL. Like in FTL, this would be like one zone, like right here, and then like this would be another zone, and then another zone. There are a lot of spots here, and you have to be kind of careful at how you look at things. So the easiest way I've found it is green. This is where you are. White are all the places that you can go. You can also click over here and see, like, well, I guess you can't click, but you can see where they connect. So, like, for instance, you know that this place connects to here, which connects to here. But coincidentally, it doesn't connect to here. So, for instance, if I want to go from here to here, I can't. And if I want to go from here to here, I can. But this place also connects to there. So it's kind of confusing at first. You'll pick it up as time goes on. It's not so bad. You just have to take the time to actually look. So basically, white means you can move there. Other colors mean you can't, and you can kind of see the connections. It does get a little crazy, though, down here when you have, like, multiple connections down here, and sometimes it can be a little confusing to where you need to go. It would be a little nicer if some of them spread out just a bit. Now, cities are great looting spots. You can go there, you can loot, but they're also places to get into combat, and then you have random encounters that happen along the way. So I am going to hit up both of these cities on our way out. We need to acquire as much stuff as we can, as early as we can, because you will inevitably lose supplies along the way. So let's go to the first town. Let's unpause, and you can see you're walking. You can see the distance. It's kind of like your counter, and things can happen as that counter goes. All right, so here we are. We are in Woodson. We have the options of doing a police station, hospital, grocery, drug, and apartments. Hospitals and drug stores basically have medical supplies and things along those lines. Police station is usually where you can find weapons and ammo. Grocery stores, you can find food. And apartments is, I believe, kind of a crapshoot. You can get anything. So we're going to start off with the police station. The length of time that you go through and actually scavenge increases the chance of an encounter. So it's kind of a draw here. Like, the more you look, the more you're guaranteed to find, or the more you have a chance of finding. However, you're going to have to pay the price in the aspect that you're going to also encounter probably some zombies. So we're going to go with 48%. That's a coin flip. That's a coin flip. So we basically have the chance of finding some stuff and have the chance of fighting some things. You successfully completed your scavenging run without getting noticed. So we have a rope, some shotgun shells, and some rifle bullets. We're going to go ahead and take everything. That puts us in a pretty decent spot if we can find a rifle. Let's go ahead and check the apartments next. We're going to go ahead and do a 40-minute run here. 40-minute run here as well. 35% chance to have some bad stuff. Good stuff. Old double-barrel shotgun. Rusty revolver. Watch. So this is one of the interesting things. As you're going through, you are going to have to make some choices. So I have a rusty revolver here that does a damage of 8. You can see its hit chance modifier is -10. Attack delay is 20%. Hit chance modifier here is -5, attack delay +10. So you kind of got to be careful with some of these weapons, because obviously I could use this if I had to, but you'll notice it has 0 bullets in it. And if I do this, I'm going to have a reduced hit modifier than I would if I use this one. So I want to keep this mainly to sell to other people. So if we bump into some traders along the way, I can sell it and make some cash on it, which will allow me to trade other things. Rope says it lets me immobilize somebody. I honestly don't know much about that. I'm assuming at some point in time I may need to immobilize somebody, so I'm going to keep that. And watch, I believe this is a random quest item. If you have this item in your inventory, you might bump into somebody or an event maybe where a watch might be needed, whether somebody who's looking for one and you could help them out, somebody needs one for something, you never know. So if I kept that, then I could do that, but since I have a limited inventory space, I'm kind of unfortunately unable to do so. All right, let's go look at the grocery store real quick. We will do a coin flip again. So far, my coin flips are all heads, so we're doing well. We're doing well. Good times. All right, so 2 food rations. You can see we're at 5. Now that bumps us up to 7. Food doesn't take any inventory space. A lot of the other stuff does, though. Medical supplies do, which is kind of a bummer. All right, let's take a look at the next spot. Oh, Jesus. All right, so I've paused the game here. We have a couple options here. I can flee. When you flee, you either go down to get off or go up to get out. Either of those options is how you escape. Unfortunately, when you escape, you have a chance of leaving something behind. Like in your panicked fleeing, you left some food or some ammo or a weapon or all sorts of supplies which are critical. Now, we are bracketed in here. We've got 3 zombies coming in from the left. We got 2 zombies coming in from the right. These are our options. So I can wait, don't attack any target. I can aim at the body. Gives me a plus 20% hit rate, a chance to break grapples, and it's going to stop the target for 3 seconds. Plus, it's a 1.1 second charge time. This over here, aim at the upper body, higher chance to instantly kill the target with a head hit chance of 85% and a charge time of 2.8. So if I need a mag dump, I can use this, or I can use this for basically almost a 3x. Almost, not quite, but almost 3 times as long. We're going to go over this, and the reason we're going to do that is mag dumping doesn't really make sense here. I'm going to be looking at, pretty nasty ammo consumption. So we're going to take one step a little bit closer to this guy, and we're going to repause. Now, you're going to notice down here on the bottom, everything in this area, I have a 60% chance to hit. Everything here, 70, 70, 80, 80, and then, you can kind of scale up. So we have a 70% chance to hit these guys. Let's go ahead and aim for this dickbag right here and see if we can't pop him. And boom. We did get a hit, but it did not kill him. There we go. Swapping. Up. Kill it. All right, we missed. We need to move. Because otherwise they're gonna eat our brains. Let's get a little bit of distance here. Turn, and we should be good. It'll do it automatically. Okay. Switching targets. Come on now. Oh, ho, ho, ho. All right. So I got 2 left. We're gonna go ahead and get some distance here. So we're gonna run past them. Now, thankfully, zombies are slow. Now you saw that little red circle there. I believe that means that's his turn to attack. So we're gonna stop here, switching target. That's a 70% chance. And bam. Okay, we're out of bullets at this point. So if I want to reload, reloading is gonna take a penalty. It's gonna take me a minute. I'm gonna have to, wait for it to put those bullets in. That's not necessarily what I want to deal with right now. So we're going to switch to a hammer, and then we're going to click the reload. Whoops. We're going to click the reload button up here. That kind of enables the swapping of weapons. I don't understand why, but it does make it easier. If you don't, you won't always get this action here. All right, we're going to try and beat this thing down. Yeah, okay. All right, so you'll notice that we did get into a fight here, but it allowed us to get some medical supplies. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the rope, and I'm going to take the first aid kit. The reason I'm taking the first aid kit is it's a 4 hit point heal, whereas antibiotics are only 1. And that seems to be a little bit better option for us. I'm not going to mess with the drugstore right now because it just doesn't make sense. We're going to rest because we don't have the inventory space to carry any medical supplies. Oh, wow. So just trying to find a place to rest, I end up bumping into a bunch of stuff. All right, we're going to try and kill these guys without using our weapon. Hang on. Okay. Need to be careful here. Nope. We may have to. I should have reloaded. Okay, that one's down. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Hit it again. Oh, God. We're in trouble. All right, we haven't been hit yet, which is a miracle. Oh, okay. Let's move around. Nope. All right, target. All right, bail. Oh, damn it. Oh, one of them almost grappled me there. That would have sucked. Oh, quit it. I don't care about breaking free from grappling right now. If I can't get one of these guys killed, I may have to. Here we go. Oh, no, he grappled me. No, he didn't. Never mind. I thought he did. I got a little worried there. All right, here we go. Up. And, oh, shit. You bastard. All right, let's target him again. God dang, dude. Resilient zombie here. Okay, well, we're doing all right. Okay, he's dead. Now it's just me and you. Whew. Oh my God. Yes, please. All right, let's compare the shotgun. -5 and 20. -5 and 20. I really would like to have 2 shotguns. Not because I need 2 shotguns, but that would give us a really good way to make some cash later on. We're going to try and find another safe place to rest. Hopefully we don't have to deal with... Thank God. I should have reloaded my shit again. All right, so we are, I guess, hiding in one of the buildings, resting. You'll notice up here in the top left that our fatigue is slowly draining. When it drains all the way, you will wake up. Now, the cities definitely aren't the safest of places, but they allow you to find a structure to hide in as opposed to resting out in the open. And apparently, resting out in the open has a chance of something bad happening. I have not personally bumped into anything yet, but I may just be rolling, 100s for now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and eat. This is going to drop our food supply to 6, but it's going to top off our hunger. We need to move. So we're going to move to the next city, mainly because I want ammo. Maybe some food. So, oh, we're already there. Let's go to the white one. That's right. All right, walking down the road. 20 kilometers away. 20 kilometers. I don't know how many miles that is, but it sounds like a long time. Now, rain apparently increases the rate of fatigue. All right, so let's go over to the police station. Let's go for 40%, or 40 minutes at, what is it, 30% or 20%? All right, what do we get? Shotgun shells and rifle bullets. Rocking and rolling, bamming and jamming. All right, let's do the grocery store next, and then we'll do the apartments. Now that, oh, wait. Manage. Let's switch back to the old revolver. And let's well, shit. If we get caught, we're in trouble. All right, we're good. Food rations, too. Let's go ahead and reload. Keep in mind, equipping a weapon apparently does not reload it. So you'll want to pay attention to that. I think I clicked the apartment. I really hope I did and not the drugstore. All right, where are we at? Oh, dear God. All right, moving. Let's get away from there. Switch to body shots. Okay. And we got about a 70% shot. Come on now. Good. Oh, no. Move. We got lucky there. All right. Turn and shoot. Not good. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. I've never used a shotgun before, so let's equip this bad boy. Whoop. Let's move. No, what are you doing? I must have deselected him somehow. Spray bullets. Okay. Whoop. That's fine. Get a little distance. Okay. You can reload by pressing the button or by pressing R. All right. Oh, here we go. Yeah, baby. Do it again. Give him another barrel. All right. That's 2 left. Reload. Drop him. Yes. I enjoyed that entirely too much. All right, so we don't need the rusty shotgun. That's not really going to do us much good. Attack delay 40%. Yeah, this one is in some bad shape. Some real bad shape. All right, so we're going to leave that there. We're going to go ahead and reload the gun real quick. Go ahead and fill that up. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and I don't think there's anywhere else we want to scavenge. We haven't taken any damage, so let's go ahead and rest again. We'll find a nice little safe spot, hopefully. There we go. You found a safe place to rest. Let's go ahead and rest up. And then we'll pop some food, and then we'll move on. Come on now. There we go. Eat. Nom nom. All right. So our quest objective is up here to get to Chloe's apartment. We are here, so our options are we can go up and around, or we can go down and up. I think we're going to go ahead and aim for up and around. I kind of like that feel. Wow, 40 kilometers. Damn. Now, the growls up here, I'm assuming this means monster or zombies approaching you, so to speak. All right, so we have 2 behind us. Let's go ahead and move to here real quick. Give that just a sec. Okay, we have a 65% chance. Well, actually, we need to get a little bit further away. Let's do right there. All right, here we go. Okay, A little bit further away. Okay, now that they're spread out, I don't want to use the shotgun anymore because we want to save our ammo if we can. So let's click that. Let's click reload, and we should be good. Okay. Well, I didn't quite work out how I expected, so let's go ahead and swap back to the shotgun. It still has one bullet in the chamber, which is good. I'm probably going to reload the old revolver too then, because if I can reload them both and have them ready to go, then I will enjoy that a little bit more. Let's switch to this. Let's move you to here, and then target both of them. Okay, here we go. Really? You fucking missed point-blank range? Are you blind? All right, let's get him right here. We'll do a reload and we'll try that. Okay, reloading. And that's good. I would have appreciated it if you killed them both, but killing one of them is better than none. Switching to the hammer. Go ahead and reload, and we're good. Kill him, Seabass. Oh, God. Please don't get attacked. There we go. All right, they did drop 2 pistol bullets. Let's go ahead and reload our shotgun. I guess it would help if I put the shotgun on. Equip, reload. Okay, and then you can see it's got 2 bullets in it. Let's equip the old revolver. Let's go ahead and reload. There we go. So now we've got 6 in here. We got 2 in there. I'm not going to reload this revolver as well because we do have that 5% penalty, and honestly, I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. All right, looks like the growls are getting awfully high. I don't know if using weapons like shotguns, pistols, firearms increases your chances of bumping into people or not, like bad guys. I'm not sure. You enter a small fortified community searching for a place to sleep. Instead of that, however, you find what amounts to a makeshift firing range. Survivors of all ages, children to the elderly, are learning how to aim, use and maintain firearms, aided by some older men acting as instructors. Oh, that's cool. As you watch the scene, you notice that none of the guns are actually firing live rounds. You flag one of the shooter downs and ask why. He tells you that they're saving ammo by dry firing and learning the motions. It's a trick these guys taught us, he says, pointing to numerous instructors. Feel free to use a range if you want, but don't use live ammo. We don't want to bring the rotters on top of us. He continues before returning to his task. Unfortunately, I can't unload my pistol, which is a bummer. I wish I could. And it's messed up because I guess it's because I have I literally just screwed myself by reloading my weapons. So I don't know how to unload them, and I don't think I can. And if I shoot them, I'm probably going to get in trouble. And I don't want to fuck these people over. You decide not to risk damaging weapons by firing without ammunition inside. The last thing you want is your guns to malfunction in a life or death situation. Firing your weapon without ammunition inside isn't going to damage it. Well, okay. It depends on the weapon. Some of the older firearms, the firing pins, things like that, can have problems if they're dry fired. There are things called snap caps, which allow you to fire your weapon without that problem. But most modern firearms right now are perfectly fine dry firing. So, nevertheless, you take advantage of the settlement to rest in relative safety, which was your original goal. All right, so we're in a nice little house here, or housing area. We're going to go ahead and rest. So this is a safe zone. You're able to rest basically without having to risk getting, eaten by anything. Hopefully. Maybe they're cannibals and they'll eat me. All right, so now that it's raining, we're going to probably have an increased amount of fatigue. I was hoping I'd be able to trade with these guys, but apparently not. All right, so we want to move up here. Boom, boom, boom. It does seem like that's going to be able to get us exactly what we want. I'm not going to take any side trips here. Yes, side trips have the possibility of giving you access to random encounters and such, but, not sure we really want to mess with that. A van approaches, but there is nowhere to hide. You stand where you are and wait to see what happens, expecting the worst. The van slowly stops with squeaking brakes. The right window rolls down, and a young man asks if you need a ride. Sure. You get into the man's van, and he begins to drive. He says, I won't be able to take you far, but you look pretty roughed up and like you need a short rest. We need to stay kind to people whenever we can. The infected are enemies, not each other. Well, I lucked out there. That could have been like the rape van or something. Not good there. Not good at all. Of course, I do have 2 weapons, so This is as far as I'm going to take you. Take care. You get out of the van and it speeds off. Okay. Map. Oh, wow. He took us in a completely different direction. But if we hit here, we can hit here, which allows us to go up. So that's kind of nice. I guess we got in some movement down the road, maybe. I'm not going to complain too much. He did kind of take us in the wrong direction, but that's fine. It was more like parallel, so I don't think it really ended up setting us back any. As you're walking along, a small horde of infected is beginning to click behind you. You could deal with them now and maybe save yourself some trouble later, but it might be better to ignore them. Let's fucking fight them. You draw your weapon and turn to face the infected. Better to take them out while there's only a few. There are 3. They're all in front. We are going to switch to the shotgun that we've reloaded. And we are going to unpause. We are aiming for body shots. I'm going to try and collect them up so I can get them all nice together. Come on, guys. Come here. Come here. There you go. Now you're all nice and grouped up. I'm aiming for the one in the back, hoping to do more damage. Whoops. Try again. And kill them all. Kill them all. No. We got 1. We got 2 left. That's all right. We'll reload. And go ahead. That's a little far. Well, okay. Now we're switching to... Whoops. Guess it would help if I pause the game, huh? There we go. Switch. Go. Bait him to death. Please, quickly. There we go. Whoa! After downing all the infected, you proceed on your way. During the battle, you thought you heard a loud crashing noise, and you see the tree has fallen over. It appears that someone is pinned into the tree. Please, help me. Help, he shouts, waving a bandaged arm. Help the man. You work diligently to lift the tree enough for the man to crawl out from under it, but it's too late. In his condition, he won't last more than a few hours before the infected find and devour him. He gives you his gun with the stipulation that you ease his suffering before you go. A rusty semi-automatic. We'll leave that here. Damage 6. Interesting. I will take it. And I'm fine easing his suffering. Let's beat him to death if we have to. I'm a little disturbed, though, because it did say that I was going to be able to get... There was some stuff there, which has me bummed. How much is that semi-automatic? It only does 6 damage, but it can hold 10 bullets. I like the chance of that a little bit better than the rusty revolver. Although the rusty revolver, if it was my only option, would be a superior weapon. We can get up to there, but we probably should rest. So we've already cleared out the zombies. We should be fine resting here. Did he just leave his flashlight open? I like how you hear a fire, but I only see a flashlight. Yeah, you definitely want to rest your fatigue away. Oh, I'm pausing it. Whoops. Okay. It was a graphical bug. My bad. You definitely want to rest your fatigue away because the more you get fatigued, the poorer you fight, etc., etc. So it does look like we're going to have to pop some more food. I'm getting a lot more ammunition this run around than I did last time, which makes me a very happy panda. All right, let's move up. Let's see if we can't get to our ex-wife's house. Hopefully everything's okay there. Obviously, something's wrong if I can't call them, which is kind of weird, though. You would think in the zombie apocalypse the phones would probably stop working. Obviously, for a period of time, everything would continue to work, I guess. I don't know. After a long trek moving up a mountainside, you stumble across an old monastery, or maybe it's a temple. You're not entirely sure. One of the monks, a short, bald fellow in a thin robe, meets you out front, asking you to come inside and pray. Sure, why not? You follow the monk inside the monastery. As soon as you step in, it feels as if you're in another world entirely. Everything has been kept in pristine condition, and each of the other monks you see walking around moves like they have a purpose. There's more than you can say for the vast majority of survivors you encounter these days. You are led into a side room, which is a small table for making offerings and a basket filled with fruits. The monks gesture for you to take an incense stick and light it, and tells you that you are free to eat and stay as long as you wish after you have done so. Being in here makes you feel better than you've been in a while, and you decide to take advantage of the opportunity to rest before heading out on the road again. Nice. Cool. After resting and having a nice meal, you return to your journey. So we are full up. We were already full up, but that would have saved us resting if we'd come here first. Of course, we didn't know that, so... Of course, now we decide to wait until it's raining cats and dogs to leave. You arrive outside your ex's apartment, carefully entering the front lobby through the shattered glass front door. You keep an eye out for infected as you make your way to the 3rd floor. To your dismay, you find fresh blood sprayed across the walls in a macabre display, matching the cordite smell and mix of human and rotter corpses throughout the building. The place must have fallen recently, making you fear for the worst for your ex-wife and kid. You sneak out the front door of Chloe's apartment and listen carefully. You're alarmed to hear pottery smashing to the ground. Something inside must be looting the place. Or maybe it's some infected that got stuck inside. You're not sure, but it's cause for concern. You ready your weapon, just in case. As quietly as you possibly can, you slowly open the apartment door and creep inside. It's difficult to see with the lights seemingly shot out. Peeking around the corner into the large living room, you see a lone figure tearing the place apart, tossing aside piles of clothing and junk, trying to find something of value. This figure, a short, sniveling man, has a shotgun slung over his shoulder and seems incredibly agitated. You watch him for a moment and notice him shaking and making strange noises every time he lays a finger on something. I can try the diplomatic approach and talk to the man, or he's unstable to reason with and I can shoot him and save myself the trouble. I will say last time I shot him and saved myself the trouble. He died and his shotgun was garbage. I'm going to try talking to him this time, which in reality, I would not do. If you're inside my wife's apartment or my ex-wife's apartment and you're looking like you're freaking out and it's the apocalypse, I'm probably just going to put one in the back of your head, save you and me some trouble. Let's try the diplomatic approach. You call out to the man from across the room, maintaining a safe distance. The stranger whips around on the spot, pulling the shotgun off his shoulders and shakily aiming at your stomach. I was here first! Get out, this is my spot! After that, the man starts shouting incoherently. This is looking sketchier by the minute. Explain you're the only looking for your boy. Try to shoot him before he does something stupid. Or flashlight, offering him your flashlight if he promises to calm himself and let you look for the signs of your child. Let's do that. You've got yourself a deal, the man says, taking your flashlight, but I'm keeping an eye on you. Don't try anything stupid. You move past him and start searching for clues for the whereabouts of your son and ex-wife. So, note to self, put one in the back of his head next time. You search the bedroom and find a corpse laid out on your former bed, its face disfigured by, oh no. There's no mistaking that short, dark blonde hair, those highlights. Poor Chloe. You're going to find whoever murdered your ex-wife and completely destroy them. Enraged, you walk out of the room. There's no sign of Tom, but searching the apartment further, you find a note scribbled on a torn shred of paper, signed by Zach, your ex's bastard of a boyfriend. Read the note. Warren. As always, you're late. I'm taking off out of this crazy place and going to my cabin. You know the place. I'm stuck with a stupid kid right now, but I figure we can use him to sneak into places and steal shit. If he dies, he dies. Anyway, don't waste time. You know where to find me. Zach. What a dick. You know mixed feelings about the situation. While you're glad Tom wasn't left to die here with his mother, it's clear that Zach doesn't care about him the way you do. You know all about the cabin Zach is talking about, considering it used to be yours before it was taken in the divorce. You remember Tom complaining about how dirty it was when he was taken there by his mother last summer. The fact that Zach isn't taking care of the place pisses you off. Head to your old cabin. Your map will be updated in Zone 3. Okay, let's look at the zone. So we're in Zone 1. Zone 2. Zone 3. Holy shit. That is a bit of a trek. And then our final destination is right here. Now, I don't know if we're going to bump into more quests or more adventures as we go along. I guess time will tell. Anyways, that is a good stopping spot for this video. I hope I've shown you guys enough about the game to give you guys kind of a feel for it. Like I said, for me personally, I think it's a very interesting game. Keep in mind, I'm only one person right now. There are 5 other slots for group members that we can pick up as we go along. That's going to add a lot more depth to the game, and unfortunately, also a lot more risk as we bump into more and more zombies, I'm assuming, as the difficulty scales up. Not to mention, with more people, I have to be able to feed and arm them, which is going to be problematic as well. But I think it's a good game. I'm enjoying it. It's $15 on Steam. It goes available, I believe, tomorrow, which is, I think, April 6th? No, we're way past that. We're on the 19th, aren't we? Where's my phone? Only a YouTuber loses tracks of days. It's 19th, so this looks like this will be on the 20th. So if that's something that you are interested in and you'd like to play it yourself, the link to the Steam store will be in the video description down below. Let me know what you guys think about this, and if you would like to see me continue this playthrough to its fruition and see what happens to our hero here, Well, he's still a hero for now. You never know. The choices we make along the way may make us into a villain. You never know. Anyways, guys, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.